Back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is receiving money they did not expect. So we have unexpected income and privileged lady. I do think that this privileged lady is involved in this like transaction, or maybe for some of you, this is like a, I don't know, donation or something. Maybe even an inheritance, but we have something that changes a person's life very significantly because they feel like they have less to be concerned about with regards to finances. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. That can be found in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Famous Seamus. How are we doing? Let's dive in with what's the news and see what else we've got for you. Although I do think maybe we need one more wick lit. All right. It's one of those candles that has 3 wicks, and I didn't know if it was going to be like too much if I did all of them. Hello, Carrie. How you doing? All right. What else do we have? All right. We've got laughter, happiness, joy, healing, wine and dine, courtship, consistently dating, romance and passion, and frenemy, fake friends, two-faced, hidden intentions. Okay. So here's the deal. There could be someone in your sphere that wants to date you. There could be somebody who wants to be a friend of yours. They want to distract you by doing something here to, I don't know, take you on a wild trip or buy lots of things for you, shower you with gifts so that you don't necessarily ask too many questions about who they are or where they're from. Hello, Ricardo. Hey, good morning, hon. How are you? Hello, Nat. Hello, Michelle. So we have a little bit of a caution here. Okay. So this could be someone who's trying to buy your friendship or win you over with gifts. This could also be somebody who, if they see you get some sort of lucky break, they may be like expecting to partake in your winnings. Do you know what I'm saying? So take it how it resonates, but I do feel like this is abundance or blessings coming your way, but you have to be cautious in terms of who you're dealing with. Thank you, James. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello, Mr. Shields. Is that Ruben? I can't remember. Let me know. All right. So, yeah, discernment's really important whenever you're dealing with people who are focused on money, right? Or if you win the lottery, you got to be cautious about who you're talking to, right? Awesome. Hello, Mitchell. How are you doing? So we have turnt, party animal, sex, drugs, alcohol, and surface pleasures. So focus on the less important things in life. It makes sense though because we had that laughter card, right? Let's just focus on having fun. We don't have to do any of the work, that kind of thing. This could also imply that whatever this money is, it may be coming to somebody not because of like hard work, right? That's why it could be an inheritance or somebody who's just kind of splashing money around. We also have the dirty money card, which could imply that we've got somebody who has acquired this money in an illegal way, maybe even stolen it. Or we could have somebody who, if they see that you've inherited a lot of money, tries to find a way to get their hands on some. Hello, man. Hello, April. How we doing? Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we have fuego and sippin'. Chemistry, intense passion, things are heating up, and sippin' says nosy, spreading rumors and gossiping. So as you have this lucky break, or as there is this additional money that comes to you. There are people who are talking about it, people who are talking about how you get this money or how things have improved for you financially. And quite frankly, it looks like they're trying to judge you for it, which is like quite often how that works, right? Sorry, you guys, I have a new pen, so I have to make sure that it works. Have you guys ever had these pens where you can like choose which color ink? I had to get one, but they have these little like, yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's get some tarot, shall we? This is the Weird Cat. Ooh, almost. There we go. Hello, Savannah. How are you doing? Hello, Rachel. What's up, Wichita? Yep, exactly. No, I just got this the other day because it was green and I got excited. Well, it's like more teal, I suppose. It's kind of like a bluish green. All right, so we've got 10 of Swords and Death. A major change, an end of a chapter, Queen of Pentacles, indicating someone who is financially comfortable, and then the Queen of Wands in the reverse, people who may be jealous. So as things improve in your life, whether it's through inheritance or you win the lottery or, I don't know, maybe you find some rare antique, I don't know, but when you get this like lift in your finances, there are people around you that you have to pay close attention to because their intentions towards you or their, you know, willingness to be honest with you could shift. Money changes people, right? I guess. You just have to make sure that it doesn't change you too much, right? Hello, Solomon. How are you doing? What else do we have? King of Swords in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I think there are people who have not so great things to say about how you get into this more like stable situation, whether you're marrying or however it is. And a lot of them are talking about it purely because they're jealous, purely because they don't have anything else, right? Look, sometimes people have to talk about you because if they talked about themselves, no one would listen. Sometimes people talk about you because they don't want to talk about themselves because then they'd have to like do some introspection. But this is definitely tied to jealousy over your financial situation or things improving for you. 10 of Wands in the reverse and the Star. For some of you, you may even be like going viral or becoming famous. That's not for everyone, of course, but I do feel like there is a realization that when things improve on the financial front, that there may be other problems that come into play, right? Mo money, mo problems kind of thing. Hello, Redbeard. How you doing? Hello, Matt. Especially if you have 4 different color inks. All right, what else do we have? We have the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Swords in the reverse. The Queen of Swords in the reverse is clarifying the Queen of Wands in the reverse, which is what made me giggle, because it makes a lot of sense, right? This is somebody who doesn't want to see that things have improved for you, or somebody who is jealous of how things have improved for you. So they feel stuck in their own situation. They don't want to be like aware of how things may have just been lucky or they happen for you because you work hard or because you have a delightful personality, whatever it might be. They don't want to think about that. They want to look at the situation and make it sound worse. Like, oh, I wonder what they did for that. Oh, they probably slept their way to the top, you know? There's going to be some judgment here, regardless of how the money comes to you. And it's because there are people who would rather be in your situation. There are people who want to make you look bad because they're jealous. They hate you because they ain't you, right? But in this case, I know, you're used to it being because of your good looks. In this case, it's because of your monies, okay? So we've got people who maybe you've been close friends with, people that you've known for a while. Maybe you've just been working with them and you're able to put in your 2 weeks notice, whatever it might be. If you get some side eye, if you get some people talking about you, let it roll off. Don't, get invested. And if people show you who they really are, then believe them, right? In a way, this is going to be very helpful because it will elucidate for you who should stay around in your inner circle or in your friend group and who maybe is not to be trusted. Because I don't know about you, but I don't really like having fake friends in my business. I really don't. All right, this is the Voyage of the Soul. Let's see what else we get for you. Hello, Shay Shay. Hello, Dennis. Yep. Hello, Salvador. How are you doing? So we've got limitless, expand, spread, higher, open-minded, and wishes. So because of your mindset, things have become easier for you. You moved into the fast lane without all of the horrible connotations. It's just that less was fighting against you. You weren't swimming upstream, right? And yet somehow you got upstream. Look at you. Oh, I just got a helicopter, no big deal. But you're a fish. So we've got aura and energy, mood, light, glow, shield, protection, and life force, chakras, Reiki, intangible, subtle, and crystals. So here's the thing. I do feel like for a pretty decent percentage of you, you are able to more easily pick up on others' energy. Some of you may actually see an aura. Some of you may just be that much more intuitive and be able to pick up on people's intentions or, overall what their character is, even if they're trying to hide it. So you have the skills to be able to avoid people like this bit here, right? You don't have to deal with that because you're smart. So the universe is saying, look, we're giving you the money. There could be some people here who are trying to say that you got it the wrong way. There could be some people who are jealous. They're just showing you that they can't be trusted. So leverage your intuition and move away from those people because you don't need to be sharing your money with those people. Hello, Andy. Thank you for the party hat. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. That means a lot to me. So we have enlightenment and intuition. I was just saying, you're smart. So look, I'm not trying to say that you have it all or anything, but it's looking like things are really improving for you. And any time that you have an elevation or you're getting upgraded, there are going to be some haters because they may not be doing the same work to get to that place. They may be struggling to find the good that they have in their own lives, especially those who spend a little bit too much time being concerned with somebody else, right? I don't have an opinion on that, but I hope you're having a good day. Yes, exactly. Hello, Dave. Ooh, Dave, please tell me you're kidding. Please tell me you're kidding. Just real quick, a side tangent. Please be cautious with the AI stuff, you guys. First of all, everybody's going to be able to look that up at some point, right? Google is tracking everything that you put into that. Not to sound like a weirdo, but just be cautious with the AI chat stuff because that's an engagement application. It is going to feed into whatever it is that gets you to continue to talk to it, which means, hello, Delululand. Not to be a jerk or anything, but we all need sounding boards and other people talking to us, not just something that will echo back exactly what we want, right? So please be cautious about that. You may have been joking, but I think horrible idea, personally. Hello, Namaji. How are you doing? Hello, James. Hello, Arthur. With Megan Fox? Ooh, I don't know. Is that a QWERTY joke? Oh, no. It's just squirrely. Okay, sorry. Hello, Emily. How are you doing? Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm sorry for taking you too seriously, Dave. Maybe that message was for someone else who is considering it. So look, there's something here that is happening tomorrow that is going to potentially make it more obvious to you that there are folks that are not in your corner. So this could be money is changing, or you get some sort of notification tomorrow, or you get some sort of confirmation. And as things progress, or as you start to see friends or folks in your inner circle show their true colors, some will be like right there for you. They're just like a good friend. That's awesome. But there's definitely at least one person here who's talking some crap because they're jealous. Hello, Mihak. How you doing? I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. All right, this is the situations deck. Ooh, I do like this. Okay, so there is some genuine certain love here. Now, I know that most people want to look at this and be like, oh, that's great. So when does my new love show up? And that could be true for some of you. But this is saying there are genuine people in your life, people who actually love and care about you. So when the circumstances of your life change, there will be people who are constant. There will be people who want to be supportive. There will be people who want to let you do your own thing, or maybe even talk back to the people who are trying to spread rumors about you. But there's also going to be, this is saying like, don't rush into trusting everybody, right? Because racing's in the reverse. This is saying you got to be a little bit cautious, a little bit extra observant. Your like inspiration should be Mike Weston on Burn Notice, okay? He picks up everything, right? He's watching to see what's going on. Hello, Josh. How are you doing? Red beard. All right. Yes. As much as I dislike seeing no need for Star Trek commented, I do agree with you, Bitchy Todd. A short thought on it, huh? No, I do think that sometimes we get a little too caught up on whether or not astrological signs make a good pairing. How's the communication? Yeah, actually, Rachel, has a pretty good, because that, I mean, super fire and super water, right? So, probably very passionate. And probably a bit argumentative. Triggers, ascension, and history. For some of you, as you ascend or as things improve in your life and people may show their true colors, there's something here that has happened in the past that's going to come to light. So I don't feel like this is something that you've done, even though I do believe people are trying to like get the dirt on you. I feel like this is, you're going to find out that somebody was talking negatively about you, or that somebody was maybe even hitting on your person if you're in a relationship. But this is like basically advising you, stay calm. You're going to find out good things and bad things as your life improves. That's just how it is, right? But you're going to have people who are really there for you. So try to keep it balanced in your mind, right? Hello, Melissa. Hello, Wesley. How are you doing? And she may not be my girl. Aw. Well, how's the conversation? Hello, Melody. How are you doing? So we've got children, young, childhood, playful, synchronicities, signs. Ooh, and that's right by the Six of Cups too. Okay, so here's what seems to be the biggest warning. There is someone that you have known for a while. Okay, this is not just like some friend you met at work last year. This is someone who Maybe your kids hang out together. Maybe you've known them since you were children. Maybe this is the person that you feel like you can like really let go and have a good time with. They could be a partier, right? But there's someone here where you start getting signs that they are pretending or they are being fake with you. And it may be a little bit painful to hear what has happened or to understand what this person is really doing. But it's important for you to be honest with yourself about what you see in others' behaviors so that you can avoid disappointment, betrayal, effery, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's actually kind of interesting, Dennis, because one thing that my best friend has said is that butterflies can be kind of misleading. Maybe butterflies showing up in the stomach when you're like hanging out with somebody new is more about the nerves telling you that maybe this isn't for the long term. Maybe it's just like a quick crash and burn or very, you know, fun firework type thing. Whereas the more sustainable, like possible for longevity type connections are going to be a little bit more stable from the get-go, right? So I'm not going to tell you how to date, but I mean, at least like try somebody else out there, you know? So we have the Queen of Cups. At least don't be, you know, scrolling through the dating apps only looking for Scorpio. Which is funny though, because Queen of Cups would be a reference to the water signs, so Scorpio woman would not be difficult to see in that card. All right, so we have Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, this is you. It doesn't matter what your gender is. You are coming through as this Queen of Cups because there's something very lovable about you. There's something that is becoming more evident to you. Your intuition is stronger, which is tied to water signs, so that makes sense. And then we also have Six of Wands talking about your success. So as things improve, as things look up for you, as you may be able to afford a better living situation or a better car, you gotta keep an eye out for that inner circle and who you keep close to you, because it's not a guarantee that people will be able to understand how to be a good friend to you or how to be a good partner to you as you go through that transformation. And nobody's perfect. We got to be able to be forgiving, right? But if someone's out here literally talking crap about you, saying you don't deserve this money, or maybe even for some of you trying to figure out a way to like make you pay for things, I don't really have much compassion for people like that. Gosh, this is rough. Okay, so I look at things as cards clarifying the one above, right? Let me just show you what this person's soul looks like real quick, okay? So this is somebody who there may be intense passion here. That could indicate arguments, that could indicate maybe one of you has a crush and the other one doesn't. This could also be about jealousy, but things are heating up because this like catalyst of you getting more money makes them jealous. But then we also had that frenemy card. So someone who's hiding their intentions. Then we had Queen of Wands in the reverse, jealousy and like anger. Queen of Swords in the reverse, I'm gonna talk bad about you. And then the King of Wands in the reverse, like, yeah, don't spend time with this person. And don't make that face that I just made either. That's why we say don't pay too close attention to the gender in the tarot, because we had Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, and now we also have the King of Wands. It's the same person, right? This is somebody who I feel has been kind of subtle and petty, maybe backhanded compliments. Things are slowly escalating, but then all of a sudden we have the King of Wands in the reverse because things are reaching more of an argument, right? Like, I'm gonna actually say some things to make you mad and see what happens. So someone's true colors start to show, and this whole reading is about you acknowledging that when you see the signs that somebody is not really who they say they are, then it's important to be honest with yourself about that, even if it's a little bit difficult to admit that that's what's going on. Sometimes I do free questions at the end, but I am doing a general reading now, so I'm going to focus on that. But I do like your name, so that makes it easier to remember. Let's see. We've got 2 of Cups in the reverse. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this is someone, they could have a crush on you. There could be some romantic rivalry between the 2 of you. Or this is just somebody who is hiding their intentions. They may already feel that the friendship is over. They may have felt like you offended them in some way, or you ruined the friendship by how you acted, or you get all the attention, something like that. That's entirely possible, Dennis. Knight of Cups and Page of Cups in the reverse. So because you're getting your dreams, because things are working out for you, I'm getting worked up, and it's making me realize I haven't been able to accomplish things in my life that I want to. Why is everything so great for you and nothing is good for me? So they feel like you're hogging all the like lucky energy. All right, so we have the Magician and the Devil with the Hanged Man. The concern is that you do have this ability to avoid a disappointment or a betrayal or someone who could make things more complicated for you, but you may be indecisive about walking away from them. You may feel guilty about seeing them for who they really are or making that decisive action happen, but we have to be willing to trust but verify. And if when we go to verify that we could trust somebody, we find that we cannot, then why would you feel guilty about protecting your energy from someone who has bad intentions towards you? Why would you feel bad for not wanting to allow someone into your energy who wants to talk about you behind your back? Someone who would take from you what you have if they could. Don't let them into your life. For many of you, when you are destined for big things in your life, when you are destined to live a life of luxury, or when you are destined to be, for some of you, even famous, the way that I think it tends to happen for most people is you are given a little sandbox, a little testing environment. Here's a little bit of the fortune or a little bit of the fame that you would potentially encounter if you pursue this purpose in your life. How do you deal with it? Do you know how to cut people out? Do you know how to call people out for being wrong? Do you know how to protect yourself? Do you know how to make better decisions? And I feel like it's, for many of you, looking like this is that how do you deal with jealousy and hidden intentions in this era or in this chapter so that you're prepared for it when things are bigger, when things are more serious, right? When the, I don't know, when the people around you could impact you to a greater degree than this friend could. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? Hello, Capo. Yeah, I don't blame you. Hello, Mac. How are you? Oh, thank you, Dave. So we have Strength in the reverse, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords. So when somebody is struggling financially and they see you doing exceptionally well or things are improving for you, your intuition is going to guide you into identifying who this is that is potentially spreading rumors or maybe even making plans to take something of yours. This is someone who is no longer a close friend or somebody who is unable to set aside some of those old behaviors, like being petty. Like maybe it was cute when you're 17, but like, you know, if you get a little bit older, maybe we should grow up and be respectable, right? Hello, Derek. Hello, KOSV. How are you doing? We've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. There's like, I just can't see it any other way. Like, I guess you could say this could be like nepotism, right? But this to me is saying you have some significant wealth coming your way. You're going to be seen as very successful or victorious. A business takes off for you, or you close the biggest deal your company has ever sold, or I mean, for some of you, it could be an inheritance, right? But this money that comes to you, people try to question it and try to make it sound like you didn't really deserve that. You didn't fight for that. You didn't earn that. It's not up to them, period. They don't get to decide how blessings are distributed. Like, who are they, God? Like, it's funny because we have the Hierophant in the reverse, which is kind of like Spirit saying they're not God. Nope, they don't get to make that choice. So Hierophant in the reverse is their comment that, you know, it doesn't seem like you've done what you should have to be able to get that, or this blessing is outmatched, you know, like you didn't really do anything for that. Let them talk. What's that movie? Something to talk about? Let's give them something to talk about. Cool. It looks like you're bored over there, so I'm going to have like a really awesome life so that you all have something to talk about. Cool. They're going to be a little bit, I don't know, curious, a little bit insistent on getting information. And I just want to remind you that you have a right to privacy. You could just say, I don't feel like talking about that, thank you. Or one of my personal favorites, how would that information be helpful to you? Just curious. You got to be cautious because I don't think you really, wow, that was really Minnesotan of me, cautious. You got to be careful because this is somebody who could lose their temper rather easily. And depending on who this is, I don't know if you really want to play with that, but I do think that there is merit or something to be said for standing up for yourself when this person starts to get a little pushy or a little bit negative around you. Hello, Heaven Sky. How are you doing? You're funny, Rachel. So we've got the Temperance card in the reverse and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, so as you ascend, as things improve for you, it causes some instability in relationships with those who may feel like they're being left behind or may feel like they're not as accomplished or cool as you are. I mean, it would be really difficult to be as cool as you, to be fair. To be fair. All right. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because this is still a relatively new Lenormand, but this is the romantic Lenormand. Let's see what it has to say. Ooh, interesting. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we have the owls. Look how pretty that is. Some of you know that I have a little bit of an irrational fear of owls, but I still like this card. I know, they represent wisdom, you guys. This is talking about communication that I feel somebody is going to bring to your attention. So, hey, you know, I just wanted to let you know that the other day I overheard so-and-so, let's call them Megan, like the Key and Peele sketch. Yeah, I heard Megan talking about you. She was being really mean. Someone's going to kind of report to you that something not so great is going on behind your back and probably sounds a lot like rumors or gossiping about you, right? Ooh, I hope not. Hello, cats. How are you doing? So we've got child, number 13. Innocent energy, but also energy of like a new chapter starting. So it could be a reference to that as well. I love that we have the drums down here. I'm really drawn to them. So this is making me feel like being consistent in your approach, not letting anyone slow you down is really important. So in other words, this could prove to be a distraction for you that slows down what you're meant to be achieving at this time. So like, don't let them slow you down. You're supposed to be this awesome, right? We have, look at how beautiful that is. This is, sorry, it's like my first time seeing this card. This is the cross, and it's the last card in this deck. It talks about ego death. It talks about spiritual awakening. It talks about ascension, and we already had that card come out. When you make your life better, there will be those who have sat in the stink and not decided to do anything about it, who are going to be jealous because they're like, well, that's not fair. How come your life is getting better? Maybe because you've been like facing the things that you need to. Maybe it's because you've been focused on finding the right path for you instead of trying to talk about other people or, you know, waste your time. We'll just put it that way. All right, let's see. This is the Gypsy Oracle. I know, isn't it? I agree. Did I say hello to Kat's reading? How are you doing? We love cats here. Hold on, I can prove it. We got the cat necklace. We got the cat tattoo. Oh, wait. We got the other cat tattoo. So you're very welcome here, cats. Yes, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, I'd love to do a reading for you, Natural Honeybee. All right, so we've got faithfulness and waiting. There are those that will surprise you and delight you with their faithfulness, okay? Friends, family members, maybe a romantic love interest. We've got some people here who are like, hey, I'm just happy for you. I'm working on my own stuff, but I'm looking over here and I see all this great stuff that you're doing. Good for you. And some of them are going to say, I knew it was only a matter of time before things started to look up for you or before things really took off for you because you are talented. These are the people who will show that they truly support you, right? Oh, that's awesome. It's true. Oh, that's such a good attitude to have. I love that. All right, so we've got conversation and prison in the reverse. I like that. So as you begin to trust your intuition more, you'll be able to know who you should continue to have in that social circle or in that inner circle. But with the prison in the reverse, this is saying you don't have to be feeling guilty about walking away from some connections if it does end up that you can't trust those individuals, right? That's a requirement. Yeah. All right, what else do we have? We have joyfulness, wife, and fortune. Here's the thing though, joyfulness came out in the reverse, which it has a very like Three of Cups feel to it. Check out how these two, like, do you guys see anything that they have in common? So the Three of Cups is in the reverse because yes, they're going, or I shouldn't say that. The joyfulness card was in the reverse because there are some people who look at you doing well, making money, having your dreams come true, and they're like, that's not fair. How come that didn't happen for me? And one of my favorite questions to ask is, oh, do you still have dinosaurs on your underwear? Because that's an immature take, okay? There are people in my life that I've known for decades who are super successful, and I am thrilled for them. I don't think I should say any names, but like one dude that I know is like a legit, I don't even know if I should say that, like just like a powerhouse in politics, and I think that is amazing. I love to see people doing well, and when you find those connections or those friendships with people who are genuinely invested in seeing you do well, you will know, you will feel it. You will feel the sincerity in their comments when they say, oh my gosh, that's so cool, I'm happy for you, instead of the let's try the like not happy for you. Oh, that's good. So the other day I was in Kmart. They just change the subject right away. You know what the clues are. You know what the signs are if these are folks who would rather see you not do well, or folks who would rather take from you what you earned or what you have, and like don't keep them around, you know? Show yourself, Banshee. I'm sorry, that's just one of those things that randomly I have to say. All right, this is the Poe Tarot. We've got the Knight of Candles or the Knight of Wands. I love reading this one. But lo, a stir is in the air. The wave, there is a movement there. You know what I see? I see somebody who is hiding out, eavesdropping, or pretending that they weren't there, pretending they didn't do something. Because you see the little mask, right? Knight of Candles, Knight of Wands energy, that's like impulsive, kind of combative, or irresponsible energy at times. I don't read this particular tarot in the reverse. So it could have any of those characteristics associated with the Knight of Wands. But then we also put the Ace of Quills with it, which is talking about whether or not we have somebody who is speaking the truth. And this is saying it doesn't matter how many people are being dishonest or fake around you, you have the ability to figure it out. Your intuition is only getting stronger, and it is a protection for you. So if you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. Yeah, I do think that there's importance in trusting your intuition, not just because you can't always count on things to be in text messages or documented or emailed, but because you have this power that is a little bit difficult to qualify, right? A little bit difficult for some people to understand. But that doesn't mean that it's not a tool. That doesn't mean that it won't help you. It just means that you have to learn how it works. Have you ever had somebody ask you to drive a car that looked super foreign to you? Maybe you were literally in a different country. Maybe it was just like a different type. Like if I hopped into a semi, I'd be like, what do I do? Oh, look, there's a radio. I think I know how that works, right? You might be feeling like that with your new ability to read people. But just like start doing it, okay? Now, if you're hopping into a semi truck and you've never driven one before, don't use that. Don't apply the same lesson, okay? Like, let's make sure we know what we're doing. We have the Queen of Wells or the Queen of Cups. No guile disguised the fervor of love which animated her heart, and she examined me with its inmost recesses as we walked together in the valley of the many-colored grass. This is saying there are people who adore you. There are people who love you for who you, like exactly who you are. And those are the people that will also make themselves known to you alongside the people who are maybe a little bit less trustworthy. So it's a day of knowing, okay? It's a day of going, okay, I know where everybody stands, because you had to really think about what you felt about me or whether or not you wanted to contribute to the gossip. And some of you decided you would rather be a good friend. And that means something, right? Aw, thank you. Hello, Third Eye. How you doing? All right, I'm going to leave it there mostly because I'm hungry. But I'll be back later today. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. And if you're able to hype the video,